So here is mentioning some ways to obtain ikhlas. How can you obtain ikhlas? How can you obtain this devotion? First, do righteous deeds. First, do righteous deeds. So, by doing more righteous deeds, by doing more righteous deeds, you kill the shaitan inside, and also you know how can you fix your desires. Before we do any deed, we should firstly seek knowledge. We should seek knowledge. So knowledge here is one of the requirements. How can you be devoted without not being knowledgeable? Can you be devoted to somebody or something that you don't have description for it? No. In order to be devoted to someone, you must know him. You must know him. And must know him exactly. And so, seeking knowledge is one of the pillars or the requirements here. Yes. Do not give false impressions. Do not give false impressions. Do not make others believe that an action we did was good when it was not. So giving false impressions could be against ikhlas, could be against devotion. Imam Ahmad said before you do anything, check your intention. Check your intention, ask yourself before performing an act. Is it for the sake of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, as I said before? Is it for the sake of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala? Did I do this act for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala or do I do it for attaining my self-pride? Imam Ibn al-Qayyim says an action we do is subject to three defects. An action we do is subject to three defects. The first one being conscious that others are observing your actions. If others are looking at you, and you are more than interested in others looking at what you are doing, this is against ikhlas. It's one of the defects that can kill your heart. So if you like to do a highly devoted act, you have to do it solely for the people, solely from the people's eyes, solely from the other presence. So this can take you to ikhlas. But if you seek the people's eyes, if you seek the people's appraisals, it will be against you. It will be against you. It's one of the defects. It's one of the defects that can take the action so away from its way. Seeking a return for the action. Seeking a return for the action. For example, if you give sadaqah to someone, do not expect something to return to you, even if it is not materialistically, if it is not a material something that you can return. Just keep your heart even intact and keep others' hearts intact. Give the sadaqah and fly away. Give the sadaqah and fly away. You know, even contaminating others. Some people began in order for others to make dua for them. No. This is against ikhlas also. This is against ikhlas. You do it. Did you do this act in order for others to make dua for you? No. If you made this act in order for others to make dua for you, so you're like someone who would like to buy something, and so you give the money for someone, okay, and give me this and give me that. No, cannot be said like this. So just give and be away. Just give and be away. So do not seek any return from others. Yes.
For example, you're doing something physically for somebody, and they feel better and they're okay. They ask, "What do you want me to do for you?" Could you ask them to say dua for me?
No. Even do not say it. It is a stage, right? It is a stage that can take you, that can let the Satan play in your heart, right? You did this act without any return, is it?
Yes.
Without any return. So do not expect any return to come to you. Even do not ask for the return to come to you. Do not ask for the return to come to you. So asking for return is killing you also. Is killing you. Right? So making dua, because Aisha radiallahu anha even used to give and do not expect any return, even like dua for her. Right? So expecting others to return something to you is against ikhlas, against devotion. Right?
Can I add another question?
Again?
A question about this.
Yes.
What if, like, we do something like she said to someone with the intention that I don't want anything back.
Mhm.
We do it with a good intention, and then after you've done the deed, the person will be like, okay, how can I, like, what can I give back?
Mhm.
Like, what do I say? Like, what can I do after? Like after the deed, what is like?
Yes, yes, we are doing, we are doing it normally, just make dua for me, right? But in order to filter your deed, do not say it. If you like the whole deed completely 100% for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, okay, do not say it. Do not say it. Do not say just make dua for me, right? Okay, thank you. It's done, right? And some people, right? They give, and also they're watching. They're watching the emotions of others. How? They're watching the emotions of others. Do not kill others. Do not kill others by giving them. You give them, it is a due. It is a due. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gave you, and then you gave to His servants. Yes. So you are not preferred over them. You are not preferred over them. Right? So you give from what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has given you. So do not kill others and kill others' hearts by asking them in return, even if it is something good, making dua or something like this. Okay? Being satisfied with an action. Being satisfied with an action. Yes, all of us would like to do the action, completely. Right? And once we do an action that can surprise others, take care. Take care of your emotions and take care of your satisfaction. Never ever satisfy anybody, never ever satisfy yourself with your action. Never ever. Abu Bakr radiallahu anhu, after a long journey in Islam, he said, if Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala can put my leg in the paradise and it's still one leg behind. I don't know, I don't guarantee that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala can take me into paradise or can take me out. So being satisfied with an action is against your deed. And being satisfied means that yes, I'm satisfied, not a problem. Once you start to do the same act another time, you will not do it perfectly. Why? Because you are satisfied. Once you are satisfied, you cannot do the satisfied action again and again and again by the same quality. But once the action is not done 100%, so you crave for all the time. You have many endeavors, you have many trials. You endeavor to do it again perfectly, right? Because you are not satisfied with this action. Yes? Am I right? So do not be satisfied with an action. Okay? Yes. And here there are 4 things that contradict ikhlas. 4 things that contradict ikhlas. Committing sins this will weaken our ikhlas, committing sins. How sins can weaken ikhlas? So how sins can weaken ikhlas? How sins can weaken, yes, I'm asking you, how sins can weaken ikhlas? How? Yes. What is the relationship between sins and devotion? That's
Whatever. I don't know. But sins can. I think sins can eat at you if you commit it. It can eat at you. How can you see purity when you're doing negative stuff? If you understand what I'm saying? No.
yes. Now you reach to the core. Sins and devotion. Sins are a sign of satanic infiltration, right, and self-desires. And ikhlas and devotion is a high esteem of iman. High esteem of iman. Those who are devoted, you can count them by number. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala knows them, right? So here is a high esteem of iman, and here is a lower grade of infiltration and satanic infiltration and self-desire. So those two things cannot come together. But this sin can eat ikhlas, right? And can eradicate iman, right? So that sins and ikhlas, they cannot come together. Yes, second one is shirk, associating others with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, shirk. Because if you have many gods and you would like to do an act, which God do you prefer the action to refer to? Now you start to ask, can I do this action for this God or for this God or for this God? So making shirk. So associating any partners with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to be considered a shirk. So once you do an act, in order to please your boss, now, you put your boss, this human being, another scale with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So, do you think your boss is equivalent to be in this rank with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala? That's it. Number three, riyah. Performing ibadah with intention of showing off to others. Yes, this showing off is self-desire. It's self-desire. It's something in yourself. It is something in yourself. All the time you would like to talk to the media, right? You would like to hold a microphone. All the time you would like the people to see you in the channels and this and that. You would like to be popular. Everybody have this. This is an inherent value within yourself, right? And this is good once takes you to stages, to have stages to be a successful person. And it is very killing once you start to show off. It's not good. Okay? Another thing that can contradict niyyah is nifaq, hypocrisy. Basically, hypocrisy is a mixture between two things that cannot by any way be together. Hypocrisy is mixing two things that cannot be mixed. How? Hypocrisy is saying something by lip service, right? And still the heart believing in something else. So the heart and the tongue, they cannot come together. And Imam Ibn al-Qayyim said, the heart is like a utensil. You know utensil? The heart is like utensil, right? And the lips or the tongue is like a spoon or the spat. You know the spat? Okay? And the tongue is like a spoon or the spat. So the tongue or the spat is taken from the utensil. It's taken from it. So once you fill it with good, so the tongue take from this utensil good. And once you fill it with bad, so the tongue is taken from it what's bad. So it is like that. So hypocrisy is this kind of disconnection between the heart and the tongue. It's also killing the niyyah or killing ikhlas. Okay? Here was the conclusion of this first hadith. The hadith basically is talking about deeds and intentions. Deeds and intentions. And also one thing that I'd like to hand, there are two stipulations for deed to be acceptable by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Mikhail, can you tell me what are those stipulations? In order for, conditions, two conditions in order for the deed to be acceptable before Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Two conditions.
Make the niyyah.
Yes. So first to be devoted to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Yes. أن يكون خالصا, to be devoted. Second one. You know the last verse in Surah Al-Kahf? Last verse in Surah Al-Kahf. It's about this. Last verse. Two conditions for accepted deed. First one is devotion. To be devoted to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. To be devoted to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is about ikhlas. Second one is,
Do not associate.
no, it's the same here. Yes, to be done according to the Sunnah. To be done according to the Sunnah. So in order for any deed to be acceptable by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, first it must be devoted to Him alone. Second, it must be done according to the Sunnah or according to the Prophet lifestyle. So basically the hadith is about those two things. So this is the core. This is the core of the whole hadith. This is the core of the whole hadith. How can I do an act what is acceptable? First, to renew my intention, right? And to be devoted to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Second, to be done according to the Sunnah or the Prophet sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. Okay? Yes. Okay, here, before I go, do you have any question? Do you have any question about this? Listen. You don't have any question? So much okay. You know our rule that if you cannot question, you will be questioned. Okay? Yes, hadith number 2. It is a very long story. Hadith number 2 is called Hadith Jibreel. Hadith of Jibreel. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala sent Jibreel to come to the Prophet sallallahu alayhi wa sallam on a human shape, like a human being, like one of the Sahabas of the Prophet sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. So he appeared before them like anybody, like any man. And so that I ask you, Aisha, so why Jibreel didn't appear as an angel? Why? Jibreel didn't visit the Prophet and visit the Sahaba as an angel. So why did he appear in a human shape? I think I told it before. You were here? Did you hear me saying this? Okay, who heard me? Yes. No, yes. Just raise your hand like this. Just be courageous.
I think because for him to reach the people, for the angel Jibreel to reach the people, he needed to be like the people. I don't think they would have accepted from an angel or something other than like them.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. And it is a doubtful matter that it was a question that the disbelievers, the kuffar, used to ask the Prophet, why cannot send us an angel? Why cannot send us an angel in order to teach us? Okay, yes, come here. Yes, thank you. So in order for the people to copy each other, I can copy you, you can copy me, right? But I cannot, for example, copy a robot. Can I copy a robot? I know that the robot have lots and lots of stuff to do at the same time. So he is, the robot is enabled enough than me. Yes.
The reason why the angel shouldn't be to take the shape of a human is because if the angel goes as an angel, the people ask, you don't get hungry, you don't get thirsty, you can do stuff that we can't do. So how can we worship Allah when you're like we can die but you cannot die? So how can we worship Allah the way you can?
Greatly. Yes. So it will be against da'wah, it will be against propagation, it will be against Islam at all, right? If our Prophet was not a human being, and even if Allah sent an angel in order to preach us, right? It is not good. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala sent a human being first. So now Jibreel appeared before the people as someone like them. And said to the Prophet ﷺ and put his knees to the Prophet ﷺ knees, right? And said to ask him, Jibreel, Prophet Muhammad, please, I have some questions. Can I ask you some questions? He said, yes. Okay, go on. The Prophet knows that he is Jibreel, right? But he cannot get a story before the Sahaba and tell them he is Jibreel. No, not now. Just wait for the whole thing to be complete. So he asked them, what is Islam? What is Islam? So he told them about the 5 pillars of Islam. The 5 pillars of Islam. You know, sometimes some questions are general. Once anybody can ask you, what is Islam? You start to, what is Islam? To give ayah here, to give ayah there? No, you have to know how can you approach the people directly. And once the people ask you general questions, please do not feel shy. Please do not feel shy. You have to approach the people directly. So what is Islam? The Prophet said, and تشهد أن لا إله إلا الله, so testify there is none but Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and Muhammad is the messenger of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And then to praise Allah, to do zakah, to fast Ramadan, and to do pilgrimage, right? To go for pilgrimage once you're able. Okay? Yes. And if you go through those arkan, if you go through those pillars of Islam, you'll find that it's about the whole Islam. The whole Islam. Everything is teaching you something different. The Shahada is purifying your heart. The prayer is making this connection stable between you and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. This connection. Right? Number 3, paying zakah. In order to be thankful to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, yes. I have the money, you have responsibility, and this money must be given. Some of this money must be given to the poor people. We have to be cooperative together, right? And then fasting in Ramadan is another heartfelt purification. Allah intended to purify you with more and more means, and then to go to full pilgrimage in order to see those places, those holy places. In order to do this holy pilgrimage, you have to see those holy places that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala glorified them, and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala blessed those places with many prophets and many things have been done in those places. So you have to live the memory of Islam. Once you go to Kaaba, you will feel the whole story of Islam before your eyes. The whole story of Islam before your eyes. So you have to feel memories. You have to feel those memories. So Islam is enriching the memories. Okay, what was now astonishing is that Jibreel is standing and is asking about something. So once you ask about something, he said, okay, thank you. Once you get the answer, you say, okay, thank you. Now, Jibreel told him, yes, you are right. Yes, you are right. So yes, you are right. Yes, you are truthful means that you know the answer before. You know the answer before. So the Sahaba started, عَجِبْنَا لَهُ يَسْأَلُ وَصُدِّقُهُ. So they started to be astonished. How can you ask about something while you know the answer? While you know the answer, then he asked them, so what is Iman? What is Iman? So now we have word Islam and another definition for word Iman. Word Iman is another definition. Iman is the purity of the heart. Islam is the lip work, the lip service, right? So in order to get into Islam, you can pass those 5 stages. Yes, but you can pass those 5 stages. You can pass those 5 stages. It doesn't mean that you are mu'min. It doesn't mean that you are a true believer. No, you are a Muslim. You still be a Muslim. And some of the Bedouins, they say, yes, we are mu'minun, we are believers. No, I said, no, you are Muslimun. You are Muslimun, you are not mu'min yet. You didn't attain this level. Right? So this level is really about Iman. So, and to believe in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala first. وملائكته, his angels, وكتبه, and his scriptures, ورسله, and his messengers, واليوم الآخر, and the last day, والقدر, and fate, or destiny. Will it good or bad? Okay, so we have 6 articles of Iman. Who can tell me? Can you tell me? Yes. No, to believe first in Allah and okay, I can tell and then you can repeat, right? To believe in Allah, right? And his angels and his books, right? And بالله وملائكته وكتبه ورسله and his messengers, and the last day, and his fate.